On today's Town Hall agenda, we have shoutouts, important upcoming dates, reminders, and how to use iReady and myON Reader. Congratulations to Erica Braxton from Class 723, whose motto, "Do the impossible to show that it was possible, you got this," was selected as the winner for the motto and slogan contest. Congratulations, Erica. This week in your circle work, all students have the opportunity to create a t-shirt design centered around this winning motto. Students, you still have an opportunity to complete this. You can submit it up till Sunday. It will close after that. The winning t-shirt design will be selected and turned into an actual t-shirt. So please put those entries in, read the guidelines carefully, and good luck. We have some birthday shout-outs this week. I want to start off with two belated birthdays that I missed before. Happy birthday to Jordan Lanier and Jimmy Walker. Also, happy birthday this week to Effie Aguilar, to Marco Dixon, Ashley Hackett, Emily Hackett, Carrie Hicks, Elena Lewis, and Miss Basone. Happy birthday, everyone. There are some important upcoming dates that we need to go over, so please pay attention. Progress reports will be distributed this coming Monday, October 19th, via PeoplePath. Parents, if you do not have your PeoplePath login information, please email Mr. Seifela or use the tech support form on the website so that we can get that to you. The PTA meeting will also be held on Monday, October 19th at 6 o'clock p.m. via Zoom. Parents, you should have already received emails about the PTA meeting. I'll also be posting the Zoom link on the website on Monday. Election Day is Tuesday, November 3rd. There is still school on Election Day. All students are expected to attend school that day fully remote, even if you are in Group B that normally comes into the building on Tuesdays. The marking period closes on Friday, November 6th. Students, there's not a lot of time left in this marking period. It's gone very quickly because of the late start of the school year, but the dates are set. So please make sure that you are getting all of your work done, especially those weekly assessments. There is no school on Veterans Day, Wednesday, November 11th. And the first parent-teacher conferences of the year are on Thursday, November 18th. More information about those parent conferences and how they'll be held, which will be over Zoom or Meet, will follow. Students, this is also a reminder that your attendance is counted by logging into your live meets or Zooms with your teachers. Teachers are taking attendance at the start of those periods, so if you're logging in the middle of it, your attendance might not be counted for that period. Please make sure that you are logging in at the beginning of every period that you have synchronous instruction on your schedule. Every period that there's a teacher listed. And you must log into those meets in order to be counted. Thank you. All families received login information for a service called Operoo. Operoo is the website that we are using to manage all of our forms this year. Families, please set up that account if you haven't done so yet. Within that account, you'll have access to the blue card, the media release form, and the COVID-19 testing form. These are very important. That way we can get a hold of you in case of an emergency. Teachers have access to this, so you can update your phone numbers within that service, and that way they can get in contact with you. There are a number of families that we have tried to contact that we don't have working numbers for, so please use Operoo to update your information. Additionally, there's a COVID-19 testing form in there, and a lot of families that did fill out the blue cards and media release form didn't fill that out because they are fully remote right now. We're asking that all families fill out that form, even if you are fully remote, even if you don't intend to come back into the building. That way you have it on file and you can enter your response in the system. If you do not consent to that, you can also write "we do not consent" in that form, and then that way we have that on file. Thank you. Everyone, and happy Friday. I hope you are having a great day. So today we're going to be talking about iReady and myON, specifically how to get onto the programs and just some of the basics of what you can do with them. I do have a video from myON that'll go into it a little bit more that I'm going to share with you in a second, but I just wanted to first cover how to log into iReady, and then I'll talk about myON and how to log into myON. So I'm going to share my screen with you. You can see this is from the blended remote handbook. Yeah. So you can access this online whenever you want. It is on our website underneath the 2020 school year tab. It's also on the blended learning page and the remote learning page at the bottom. So this is all the way at the bottom down here where it says other programs. You can go to iReady. The link for iReady is here. The link is also in the emails I've sent and also on your class of 2021, 2022, or 2023 page under the iReady section on classwork. So you can access iReady from a number of places. You can also just Google iReady login and it'll take you here. This is the screen you want to see. Okay, you do have to set it to New York, and then you use your username and password. Now, the link is also here. All the usernames and passwords were emailed to students a few weeks ago. If you Google iReady login information, or iReady, not Google, you go to your email, your BSEA email account, and you search for iReady or iReady login information, then you should find that in your email. It came from my email account. But for iReady, you can also, in most cases, figure it out yourself. Unless you used iReady in another school and for some reason they changed your password or username. Generally, students in our school have a username that is their first and last initial. Okay, my name is Matt Campbell, so MC would be the first and second digit of my username, and then it is the last 6 digits of your OSIS number. So if my OSIS number was 718-240-379, that's my student ID, then it would be the last 6 digits, 240-379. All right, MC 240-379. Now, your password is just your birthday, but it's got to be 8 digits. So if you are born in January through September, months 1 through 9, you have to put a 0 in front of that month. So if you were born in May, like me, and your birthday is May 20th, 2009, then your password would be 05202009. All right, so it's just the 8-digit year, day, month, and year. I did that backwards. Month, day, and year. Okay, 8 digits. So that's the simplest way to figure out your username and password if you don't already have it from the email. You can also email me and I can get it for you, or we can log in and reset it for you as well if that's necessary. So you log in at iReady Connect. You can also Google iReady login and use that information to get in. Once you get into iReady, okay, the first time you log in, you have to complete a diagnostic. It's going to ask you to take a reading assessment and a math assessment. Those diagnostics are incredibly important because they give you a starting point for your personalized pathway. You do need to please take them seriously. You need to focus on them. You need to take your time with them. I do get alerted if you are rushing through. So students, if you're just clicking things, okay, you get a little flag on it, and you'll be receiving an email from me shortly saying that you have been reassigned the diagnostic, meaning you have to do it all over again. So please, even if you are tired of it, if you do some of it and you focus on some of it and then you need to take a break, that is preferable over doing some of it really well and then just skipping through the end. So please do your best on these assessments. Like I said, if there's a red flag, literally a red flag saying that you've rushed through it, and your score is like first grade because of it, then I'll know that. I can see it on my end, and we'll be reassigning that to you. Once you're in there, you can click on reading or math. There's both ELA and math lessons in here. And then there's 2 ways to engage in iReady. There's a lot more to the program, but just in a nutshell, it is this. There can be a teacher-assigned lesson, so ELA and math teachers have access to this. They can say, oh, I want you to work more on main idea. We did central idea this week as our assessment, our weekly assessment. I saw that we didn't quite understand it, so I'm going to give you another lesson on central idea. And so there can be a number of teacher-assigned lessons in there. That'll be on the left side once you click in there. The other thing that you'll find in there is something called My Path. And My Path uses the assessment data from the diagnostic that you took and then other assessment data as you go through and adapts to you. So if you're doing really well on something, it's going to give you a more challenging version of that problem. It's going to advance you to the next grade. If you need more work on something, it's going to give you some more assistance and some more help with that. So everyone has iReady RTI periods in their program, in their schedule. Okay. You do need to go in there on those periods. You will not have a live teacher, but you might have a teacher assigned lesson in there. So if you see a teacher assigned lesson, you should always do that first. If you do not see a teacher assigned lesson, you should go in and do an ELA and a math lesson under MyPath. If you want to spend more time in iReady and do more of that work, that's fine. Okay, but you can just, if you complete at least one lesson for ELA and math a day, then you're set. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about iReady for right now. There is a very, very short video that I clipped, and you're going to see somebody else talking about some of the features in iReady very briefly, and we'll go into more detail later.
You're going to need to choose a subject. I'm going to start with reading. Immediately, I see that I've got one teacher-assigned lesson, and I've got a couple lessons that have been populated for me by my iReady diagnostic. To move to math, I'm going to click on the math button in the top left, and I see I've got one teacher-assigned lesson on the left, and I've got an iReady MyPath lesson on the right. To open the lesson, simply click on the button and get started. Also with math, we've got these learning games at the bottom right. These are skills practice that are geared explicitly for the student's grade level and how they placed on the diagnostic.
So, I also want to tell you a little bit about myON Reader. myON Reader is an ebook program, which means you can go on and there's thousands and thousands of books that you can find in there and read. There's a lot of different tools and features to myON that make it really cool for everyone, whether you're trying to find a book or just listen to a book, because it will read to you as well. There's a lot of annotation tools in there. Teachers can also assign you specific books. So if you're studying specific content like ancient Egypt, there's books in there on ancient Egypt that they can create a bundle and they can assign those to you. That way you can find the books very easily. So we're going to talk a little bit about myON Reader and how it works today. I also have a video from myON that I'm going to share with you. It's a little bit longer than the iReady video, but I think it's got good information in it. So to get into myON, again, students, you were all emailed your myON username and password. This was sent last Thursday. So you can go into your BSEA email account, gmail.com, and you can log in and you can search for myON and you should get it. There were 2 emails sent. The first one, something didn't work right when I did the mail merge, so the password, one of the letters was capitalized. That's incorrect. I know a lot of you picked up on it right away. So when you go in, there's 3 pieces of information you have to enter. First, you have to put in our school name. Okay, if you type 18K763, the rest of this will pop up and you can click on it. Okay, then you have to put in your username. All of your usernames, for the most part, again, are your student ID. In this case, it's your OSIS number. If you used myON a while ago in a different school, you might have a different username set up. It's possible, but for the most part, myON's always used student IDs, so you should be able to get in with your student ID. Your passwords, if you are new to myON, are all 1 and the first 2 letters of your first name. So if your name is Matt, 1MA. If you use myON at a previous school, your password might be something different, but I can always reset that for you. So if you really can't get in with this, you can send me an email and I'll take care of it for you. All right, so put in your school username and password and you can sign in, and then I'll get you into myON. Once you get in, and this is in the Remote and Blended Learning Handbook, there's different tools and features in there. I'm going to let this video show you exactly what kind of things you can do in myON.
Hey, are you ready to start using myON? All you need is your login information from your teacher, and you can have access to thousands of digital texts. myON has so many books you'll want to read. Adventure, romance, horror, weird facts, mysteries, animals, humor, graphic novels, and much, much more. You can read on myON from any device that connects to the internet. You can use your smartphone, laptop, desktops, tablets, and even different gaming consoles. If the device can connect to a web browser, you can read a book on myON. If you want to read books offline, myON even has apps for specific tablets. The app lets you download books for offline reading. The first time you log into myON, you'll be asked to choose what kind of books interest you and what language you prefer to read in. Click on Most Interest for topics that you really like to read, and Least Interest for topics you're not interested in. Once you're done, click the Save button. This will take you to the Lexile placement test. In order to grow as a reader, you need to know what your current reading level is. So you want to take your time and do your best on this test. When you finish, you can see your Lexile level. You can use this number to help you find just the right books. I'll show you more about that in a minute. Every student that uses myON gets their own personalized dashboard. Here you can find how much time you spent reading, the last book you opened, projects assigned by your teacher, and even a few recommended books. When you find a book you want to read, just hover over the title and click the green Read button. If you want to view even more books, you could check out the myON library. It is divided into 4 sections. First is the recommended books. Here you will find books that are based on your interests, your grade, and your current reading level. You could check out the newly released books and also use the drop-down to find books related to a specific theme. myON also gives you the option to browse through a selection by category. In the Browse tab, you'll be able to visually search through the thousands of books that are available to you in myON. Just click on any topic to see the books in that section. Today, I'm looking for books about space travel. It just takes me a few clicks and I'm able to find all the Earth and space science books available to me in myON. I can even sort books by category: fiction, non-fiction, and graphic novels, which are my personal favorite. Sometimes you'll find a book you'll want to save for later. With the My List feature, you can do just that. So when you hover over a title you like, just click on the heart button. That adds the book to My List. Just like a personal bookshelf, you can organize your favorite books by using myON's bundle feature. You can watch our bundles video if you want to learn more about this feature. Finally, if you still can't find the books you want, you can always use the advanced search feature. For example, if I want to read books about music, I can just type that word into the search and click the magnifying glass. Now all the books related to music will appear in your search results. Sometimes you have to use multiple search words to find all the books you need. If you get too many books, you may want to use filters. Remember that reading test you took previously? You can adjust your search results to be based on your reading level and click the magnifying glass again. See? Now there are just books at my reading level. You can also search by grade level. You can even search for books in other languages. Look, here's some Spanish books in my grade level. Wow, I always wanted to read this. myON offers users the option to switch the interface language. If your school has turned this feature on, you can click the 3 lines in the bottom right of your screen and pick the language you prefer. For example, if I click Español, all the buttons and text on the page will be in Spanish. Remember, if you open a book that's written in English, the book will display in English. Only the controls on the book player will be in Spanish. Most of the time, you will pick up books just to read for fun. But sometimes your teacher will assign specific books to you using projects. In the Projects tab, you can see any projects that were assigned to you. A project might include books to read, or it might have tasks to complete. For example, I have to finish this graphic organizer and complete a writing activity. Whether you choose a book yourself or select one from your teacher's list, myON will track how many pages you read and how much time you spent reading. Studies show that there's a direct correlation to reading time and reading comprehension. myON cares that readers spend quality time reading a book. Books are counted as complete only if you read all the pages and spend enough time reading. Once you have finished reading a book, just click the button that says, "I have finished this book." This will take you to the ratings and review page. You can rate titles by clicking on the stars. You can also write a short book review if you want. Tell why you liked or didn't like a book. If your teacher approves your review, it will be shared anonymously to other readers in your school. After you save your review, myON will take you into a short book quiz. There are 5 multiple choice questions to see how well you understood the book you just finished reading. When you submit the quiz, you can see how well you did. If you don't like your score, you can reread the book and take a new quiz with different questions. Every few weeks, myON will ask you to take a benchmark test. This is different from the quiz because the questions aren't about the book you read, but just to see how much you are growing as a reader. The benchmarks test is a lot shorter than the first placement test you took, but even so, you should take your time and do your best. These ongoing benchmarks will follow you throughout your time in school so that myON can give you your most up-to-date reading level. When you finish your test, you can look for new books. Check out the bonus avatar that you unlocked. Or look at your new reading level on your dashboard. If you want to see how much you've improved, you can click on your name at the top right corner and select the Lexile button. There you will see a chart showing you how much you've grown as a reader. Even if you don't do too well in your first benchmark, don't sweat it. Lexile benchmarks are ongoing assessments that will automatically appear on your screen once every 2 weeks if you've spent at least 3 hours reading or have finished 5 books. The more you read, the more chances you have to improve. If you want to even get more detailed information about your reading, you can check out your reading profile report. This is a printable report that shows you the last 6 books you read and details about your reading habits. myON gives you the freedom to read and engage with books from anywhere at any time. I hope you learned a lot about using myON in this video and are excited to start reading. How will you use myON today? Thanks for watching.
All right, so that's it for today. I hope everybody learned a little bit about iReady and myON. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to us. You can shoot me an email. But please, when you see iReady on your schedule, please go in and use iReady. myON is going to be used during those non-core literacy periods, but you can also use it in your spare time if you like. Everyone's encouraged to read at least 30 minutes a day. And we can use myON as one way to track your reading and your reading progress. Like everything else, please do take the myON assessments seriously, because those assessments let us know how you're doing. There's not a lot of opportunity for us to do assessment this year in person. Obviously, there's not much at all in person, and so we really need to utilize what we have to the best of our ability. And we can only do that if you are taking them seriously, if you are being honest with yourself and not cheating on things and not getting help from other people, whether they are family members or friends or anybody. Okay, please do take these things seriously and be focused on them. The assessments and things like iReady and myON don't impact your grade in any way. They just let us know what you know and what you need to learn. So please do take them seriously. If you have any questions about anything, always feel free to reach out. Have a wonderful and safe weekend, everyone, and we'll see Group A on Monday.